Okay, here we are.
Okay. We started ballooning shortly after 1993 when I retired from my real job. Always loved to fly, found fixed wing to be rather expensive, and started crewing for other balloonists. Found that to be a bunch of fun. And the hangar is my garage, so it was economical enough to take up sport ballooning. And
well, first off, he had his first ride. That's how pilots usually pay the crew, is by giving them a free ride. So he comes back from his ride. He's got a grin from ear to ear. This is something I can do. Then he looks at me and says, this is something we can do.
How nice.
so it's been a lot of fun. We, a couple of years later, about 98, we got our commercial ticket, only because we tried to go to a balloon rally up in Glens Falls, and they require the pilots to be a commercial pilot. And the rest is history. We had a lot of fun flying people. It's been a real hoot, and so here we are. We're still doing it and enjoying it, except for the fog this morning.
Right.
So how often do you fly every month, would you say, on average?
That's hard. We fly approximately 50 to 60 times a year, depending on the weather.
Because our season is basically from May through November. And once the snow flies, it's sand and salt on the roads and everything else, and we don't want to get that into the fabric. So that's when we stop flying.
Roldo here. So I understand that you have to keep so many hours to keep your license. Is that correct? Is that commercial?
Well, he basically has to have 3 takeoffs and landings within a 90-day period to be considered current. And you have to do that at the beginning of the season. And then as long as you fly within the 90 days, you're all set.
Well, I've recently become interested in hot air ballooning, and I was looking at some schools and curriculums in New Mexico. Anything good or bad to say about New Mexico and the hot air balloon races there? Do you know anything about that?
No, but the other pilot you almost flew with, Mark Sand, could tell you about that. He got his license out in New Mexico. In fact, he flies for a pilot out in Albuquerque every time they have the big balloon festival out there in October. So, yeah, I was going to say around here in October we could fly every day if the weather were good, but the weather's a big problem in October.
So I was asking your good friend, comrade, how much does hot air balloons cost to get into? I know it's expensive. You got different things. You got the propanes, but he gave me some prices. He said that I drive like maybe a Ford or what was it?
Chevy.
I'm sorry, Chevrolet. I want to be correct.
Which you can buy up to a Cadillac, he said.
You know, he's about in the Chevrolet Malibu range or something like that, whatever that meant. So, what about you?
You can buy a used small system for $5,000. That you can fly yourself, and that's about it because it's small.
You better figure what's about 7,000 with inflation.
Sure, that's
and
correct.
You can go all the way up to probably 100,000.
Wow. I mean, I see some wood carved baskets. I mean, I don't need all that, but you know.
Well, they're wicker. They're wicker baskets, and they found that they're the best for the sport.
Can we take a?
Sure.
Can you open the back or open the sides? Let's take a look. See since we're here at 5 a.m. in the morning. Awesome. Let's see your setup.
This is the envelope.
Okay.
And the burner, the fan, and the basket.
Okay.
The basket.
Ooh.
You in the basket, babe. Walk over there.
Hold on.
We need a model. Oh, there's one.
The basket.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so.
Sell it, babe.
Yeah, nice.
Acts like you're trying to sell something on eBay or something.
I would
commercial.
if I knew about it, but we're going to leave it up
Make
to the
something
professionals.
Go along with it, babe.
I can play the Vanna White.
Role play. Sell it.
Well, you know, when these baskets are made, they're dropped from
10 feet.
10 feet to make sure that they're secure. And they have found over the years of ballooning that the wicker stands up the best.
Oh.
Even
Because
all
it
the,
could have maybe expansion and contraction?
well, it's got a little bit of give to it because it's not
Yeah.
really solid.
Right.
But there's, on the side, there's a tube that goes down, all the way down, across the bottom and up on the other side. So it's really securely built. But,
Some baskets are different, but this one has a stainless steel frame around the top underneath all the padding. And it's the wicker, that's exactly right. The wicker gives it the flexibility it needs. And anything rigid will tend to crack or permanently bend with a hard hit. And so they take these, as she said, from 10 feet and they drop them on a corner. They don't drop them flat. They drop them on a corner on the end and see how badly the basket's damaged. And it has to pretty much be in perfect shape after that 10-foot drop. So.
and everything that is needed is contained within the trailer. You've got your basket, you've got your uprights, you've got the envelope, the burner, the fan for cold inflation. The tanks are inside here. These are the straps holding the tanks in position. So everything is in the trailer, and that's we find works the best for us. Other pilots have back of a pickup truck. Others have them hanging on a drop gate on the end of a van. But we like this setup.
So is this compared to, we got to get back into the cars and the comparisons? Are you driving a Hyundai? You driving a Mercedes?
No, it's not a Mercedes.
No, but a Lindstrom would compare well with, let's say, a Buick.
Like a Buick. Love Buicks. Oldsmobile Buick.
If that were a larger basket, I'd say a Cadillac. But this is our smaller basket.
Well, one thing I've noticed about, I know that you're here to have fun and you get some nice stuff, but it's all about safety.
That's the main thing is safety. And
Yeah,
that's why
so I
we're not
respect
flying
that.
this morning, because we don't have any visibility.
I'm all about having fun, but I don't want to die tomorrow, So
We'll show you the large system. You can shut that off.